What is up, guys? It is Jed Wrestling here, back again with another video. Elimination Chamber 2025 was last night, and man, there was so much stuff that happened, so much crazy stuff, unbelievable. What happened at the end was absolutely unreal, and I will get into that. So much crazy stuff throughout this show from top to bottom. It was absolute insanity. Loved it. We're going to talk about it right now. Starting things off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match. This was to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Six women at the time vying for a shot, of course, at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship. So it was Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and of course, Alexa Bliss. And we were about to start off this match with Naomi and Liv Morgan. And then out of nowhere, Jade Cargill comes back. I know that's not Jade Cargill. I don't have a figure of her, unfortunately. Definitely gonna cop the new Elite 116. But Jade Cargill comes out, and everybody thinks she's gonna go after Liv Morgan, right? Because we saw that footage. We saw Bianca and Naomi, so like seeing Liv and Raquel in like that footage of like who attacked Jade and everything. So we all thought she was gonna go after Liv, and Liv was like shielding. Liv was like covering up, implying that she thought Jade was attacking her as well, but she went after Naomi. Jade Cargill absolutely destroys Naomi, and hats off to Bianca Belair. Her acting was absolutely amazing during this. Literally 10 out of 10. It seems so real. Very entertaining acting by Bianca Belair when Jade Cargill was taking out Naomi. She closes her head in the door. She didn't actually replace Naomi in the match. She sort of just dipped after that. But Naomi was taken out of the match, so it was five women now. And Liv waits around for a little bit. Here comes Bianca Belair, and gradually, we didn't have any eliminations before the last person entered, which I believe was Alexa Bliss, if I can remember right. But Liv Morgan was the one who ended up eliminating Alexa Bliss. She sort of like rolled her up, kind of an anticlimactic way for Alexa Bliss to go out of this match. But we ended up with Liv and Bianca as the last two women, and I'm really glad that it was Bianca Belair. I don't want to see Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania again. We're gonna have Rhea Ripley taking on Bianca Belair. I'm very excited for it. Those two are gonna pull out a good match. I don't recall if we've ever seen them before, so that ought to be really cool to see at WrestleMania. Definitely more interesting than another Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan match. I'm excited for that match, of course, at WrestleMania. I thought this was a good match. I thought Bianca Belair was the right choice to win, and I was incredibly surprised by Jade Cargill's attack on Naomi. That was crazy. Very awesome women's elimination chamber here. We moved on to Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus taking on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in a tag team match. Trish Stratus got a really good reaction from the Canadian crowd, obviously. Tiffany Stratton's always getting good reactions. Other than that, not too much to say here. There, we did see some cool moves in this match. It was kind of an awkward finish. Tiffany appeared to like lightly kick Trish out of the ring for whatever reason, and she was like laying on the apron. Then Tiffany just kicked her, not like hard, not like aggressive, just like lightly kicked her out of the ring. That caught me a little off guard. And then she just scrambled over and hit the prettiest moonsault ever on Nia Jax to pick up the win for her team. Cool to see Tiffany building up some momentum for her match against Charlotte at WrestleMania. It was just a bit of an awkward finish. It just seemed like a bit of an awkward finish. I don't really know what it was. But not a bad match here, pretty good. Next match on the show was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in an unsanctioned match. Dude, I love just every single detail that they had in this. The referee was in like street clothes, implying that an official, like an official, if for WWE, if you know what I'm saying, cannot officiate a an unsanctioned match. So that's a really cool detail. The turnbuckles were blacked out with no WWE logos on them. The lights were dimmed. Just this was absolutely awesome. Just every single detail that they put in this match. Sometimes the little details just make a pro wrestling match all that much better. And this was still awesome, dude. We saw steel chairs, we saw tables stacked on top of each other on the outside. Sami Zayn ended up going through them both, and we also saw a fisherman's buster from Kevin Owens to Sami Zayn through the table from the second rope, which was awesome. Sami Zayn goes to the outside, pulls out a freaking barbed wire steel chair, and I'm like, man, I know they're just gonna tease it, and he's not gonna use it. He used it. He hit Kevin Owens right in the back. He like a drop toe hold on Kevin Owens, and then like his face went right into the barbed wire. He didn't bleed. There was no blood in this match, but that was insane. Then he hit like a blue thunder bomb on the barbed wire chair, stacked on other chairs, which was equally as insane. Like the use of the barbed wire chair was awesome, and it was cool to see such a classic weapon being brought back for this match. Like I said, there was no blood, but this was probably, for the record, one of the most violent matches I've ever seen that didn't have blood. Certainly since like Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins inside the cell. And this match definitely didn't need blood because of all the animosity, all the pent up frustration between these two, all the history. That was enough. It didn't need any gore, but this was still a really violent match here. We ended things with Kevin Owens power bombing Sami Zayn a bunch of times on the apron. Only problem with this match, we saw like security guards come in and try to tell Kevin Owens not to do it. Like that's ridiculous, man. Like it's an unsanctioned match. Why would you do that? But they didn't like restrain him or anything. They were just trying to talk him out of it. But he still hit the power bombs to Sami Zayn on the apron and pinned him to win the unsanctioned match. What a masterpiece of a match this was. Maybe my favorite match on the show. After the match, he exposed the concrete floor on the outside of the ring and attempted to hit a package pile driver on Sami Zayn on the concrete floor. But then we heard Randy Orton's theme song, and here he comes. A methodical walk to the ring. The first time we've seen him since the pile driver, of course, from Kevin Owens to Randy Orton on the SmackDown following Crown Jewel, I believe. He was out since then, but now he's back. Lays the SmackDown on Kevin Owens, hits an RKO, then he picks up a steel chair and looks like he's about to hit Kevin Owens with it. Pauses for a long moment. He throws the chair aside, and then he goes to the corner, about to hit a punt kick on Kevin Owens. I can't even tell you the last time we saw a punt kick from Randy Orton. I think it was like 2020, like during the pandemic or something, because that was around the time he was like bringing that move back, hitting people like Edge and Shawn Michaels and and the Big Show and all the legends with the punt kick. He tries to hit one on Kevin Owens, but the security come in. Of course, they couldn't stop Kevin Owens like what he was doing during this match, but then they had to come in, stop Randy Orton, of course, and Kevin Owens was able to get off scot-free without a punt kick from Orton. But then he RKO's like three security guards, then poses on the top rope in front of the WrestleMania sign. Randy Orton is back. I'm excited to see what he does. I could only assume that he's going to be fighting Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, and I do think Randy Orton will win against Kevin Owens. I hope he wins. He needs a singles win at a pay-per-view. Did you know that Randy Orton has not won a singles match on a PLE since WrestleMania 37? That is absolutely insane to me. Final match on this show was the men's elimination chamber match. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and John Cena all vying for a shot at Cody Rhodes and the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania. We started off with Drew and Seth has a freaking awesome new gear, by the way. In the purple, we definitely need a figure of that. They skip over quite a lot of Seth gears, if I'm being totally honest. But we definitely need that purple gear in Elite or Ultimate Edition form. That would be awesome. Then we saw Damien. Then we saw Paul. And then we saw Cena, who starts beating up some people a little bit, hitting some AAs, hitting some shoulder tackles. He had the momentum. But then Drew McIntyre hit him with a Claymore, immediately halting that momentum. Looks to turn his attention to John Cena, but instead gets pinned by Damian Priest, which I found really, really surprising. Drew McIntyre the first elimination in this match, and he's obviously not going to take too kindly to that. Claymore to Damian Priest offers him up to Logan Paul, who hits a frog splash off of the pod and puts away Damian Priest. So it looks like we are going to be seeing Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest at WrestleMania. And honestly, I don't really care, dude. I mean, like, it's gonna be a good match. It's good to get them both on the show. But I feel like Drew has been a really hard worker of the past year, and a match with Damian Priest at WrestleMania is a bit of a downgrade for him. I think he should be fighting LA Knight. I think that would be a really, really good feud because they had sort of like some real life beef going on after the Royal Rumble, so they should have been put against each other at WrestleMania. The promo exchanges would be really, really funny between Knight and Drew. It looks like they are going to be doing the Drew Damian match. That is what it is, I guess. But next we saw, last more accurately, we saw CM Punk enter. He eliminates Logan Paul, does what he said he was gonna do, puts Logan Paul to sleep, and takes him out of the match, of course. Then we were down to the final three, which was Seth, Punk, and Cena. I'm glad they didn't just immediately eliminate Seth instead of just skipping to the final sequence immediately. They actually kept him around for a while had some exchanges with Cena, had some exchanges with Punk. Hits a buckle bomb on John Cena into the chamber walls and then throws him through a pod. And he could have had the opportunity to capitalize there, as the commentators pointed out, but he's just so obsessed with CM Punk. He's driven with this hatred so much that he had to go after him, and it cost him. Later on, he was hit with a GTS and right into an AA and was pinned by Punk. Seth Rollins was eliminated. Really good showing by Seth in this match. And we were down to Cena and Punk. These two had a pretty nostalgic sequence going on. A lot of counters because, of course, these two have been in the ring a lot, so they know each other well. They know each other's move sets. I like how that was brought up. So that they were obviously like going counter for counter. In the end, we saw Seth Rollins come back. I guess he never left the chamber because like the door was still locked. So I don't think he just like ran back in. I think he never left. He hits a stomp on Punk on the chamber floor, and then Cena takes it upon himself to take advantage. Locks Punk in the STF. CM Punk taps out to the STF by John Cena. Cena wins the chamber. He is looking to win number 17 at WrestleMania. Immediately after that, we saw Cody Rhodes. He made his entrance with John Cena still in the ring. So when this happened, my thought process was okay. Cody Rhodes is definitely, they're doing this in the main event. Cody's going to sell out to The Rock. That's why they're keeping Cena in there because Cody is gonna like attack John Cena. Maybe The Rock lays him out a little bit as well. That's what's gonna happen, right? That's why they're putting him in the main event. But that's not quite what happened. But then we saw The Rock come out with Travis Scott, dude. Like that was just really weird. It took away a lot. Not like a lot, but just a little bit from the segment for me because you have The Rock, you have John Cena, and then you have Travis Scott all beating down Cody Rhodes. That was, I don't know, that was just goofy. But then The Rock is like emphasizing basically what he said on SmackDown a couple weeks back. He's like, give me your soul. You'll have everything you want or whatever. And then if your answer is no, then all your dreams will die. And then Cody Rhodes says, "My soul is not mine. I sold it to the ring and to the fans." Obviously, getting a huge reaction from the crowd in Canada. And then he drops an F bomb on The Rock, which was completely uncensored, by the way. Completely uncensored F bomb from Cody Rhodes. Massive pop from the audience. I think they didn't censor it on purpose just to make it a little more like effective because like how would you miss that? Like I think they did it on purpose. But Cody obviously makes Cena proud. That's what it looked like in the moment at least. He made Cena proud. He embraces John Cena. And then The Rock looks Cena dead in the eyes, gives the throat slash gesture to Cena. And I'm like, what the heck? John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes below the belt and turns heel. John Cena turns heel in his last year as a professional wrestler. I cannot believe this, man. I would throw it around a little bit because I'm like Cena should turn heel on his final run. It shouldn't last very long, but he should do it. I didn't think he would actually do it, but here he is. He turned it's early in the tour too, and he's already heel. He took out Cody Rhodes, took off the watch, took off Dusty Rhodes' vintage watch that was given to Cody Rhodes by Triple H and punches him with it. That is a whole new low. He holds up the title. He beats down Cody Rhodes with the title, hits him right in the face. Cody was busted open, and of course Travis Scott was getting some shots in as well, which, like I said, was very goofy. Shouldn't have done that. But then The Rock hits Cody right across his bare back with the belt because like they had ripped Cody's shirt off and everything. So now John Cena has sold out to The Rock. John Cena and The Rock appear to be like aligned with one another. And dude, I cannot believe that this has happened, man. Heel John Cena is something I never thought we would ever see. This hasn't happened in 22 years. We now have a heel John Cena. That is insane to me. Just saying that out loud. We have a heel John Cena going up against Cody Rhodes. I cannot wrap my head around it, man. After the show, he goes to the press conference and he just picks up the mic and drops it. Ultimate heel move from John Cena. Doesn't answer any questions. The Rock was sort of talking for a bit longer than Cena was, obviously, on the post show press conference. But man, I cannot wrap my head around this, dude. This is insane. This is the kind of like heel turn. These are the kind of turns that I like. The ones that you're not expecting at all. The ones where there's no tease whatsoever. Because oftentimes a story payoff is teased for months on end, and like the outcome is usually visible from a mile away. There was no tease whatsoever to this, which made it so effective. Cena sells out. That has been my review on Elimination Chamber 2025. I'm just gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna go ahead and give this show a 10. So many shocking moments, so much awesome stuff. I know it only had 4 matches, but just the quality of the matches on this show and just all the other insane stuff that happened absolutely made up for that times 10. So I have to give it a 10. This was a 10 out of 10 show in my opinion. Completely changed the way I view WrestleMania going forward. Because before it was like, not too much crazy stuff. Now we have heel John Cena going up against Cody Rhodes. I still have to emphasize that, dude. That is insane to me. But I absolutely loved Elimination Chamber. Let me know what you thought of this show down in the comments down below. And I would greatly appreciate it if you were to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as smash a like on this video. Would greatly appreciate it. Jed Wrestling out.